Welcome back
to Supercoach Masters with Geordie.
And I'm Matty Zeeves. Alongside me here is Geordie.
And I'm here with Matt Zeeves. And today we're going to be talking about the best pods to get into round one.
The reason why you want to do this video.
I've seen so many cookie cutter teams.
Not exactly.
It's just ridiculous.
Just think outside the box and get the extra edge to win some games.
The edge.
Now, George, do you have something to tell me?
I have a quiz for you, Matty.
Oh, a quiz. I love quizzes.
Who do you think is more expensive? Marlon Pickett from Richmond?
From Richmond, okay.
Or Isaac Rankin from Adelaide?
Because it's so obvious, I'm going to say Marlon Pickett is more expensive than Rankin. Because that's just ridiculous. I don't know, 360 something.
That is 386. It's not by much, but yeah.
Close.
All right, guys.
Awesome stat.
If you're new here, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. George, I just want to say one more thing. Are you okay again? I just, I know that,
Matty, I don't know why you comforted me. There's so much more people bagging me on your team.
No, they weren't, Geordie.
It's all right, buddy. We'll fix up that.
We'll fix it.
We'll fix up the
We'll fix up that rock.
No, we won't.
No, we won't. Radically stay in round one.
Now let's talk about some pods that are really going to make your team stand out and pop from all these cookie cutter teams.
And let's talk about those cookie cutter teams that have very good. That's Sean Darcy. Sean Darcy, champ. Guess how much percent teams he is?
5.9.
Yes, it is. Is it because you saw it right there on my screen?
Because I just know a good pod when I see one. Sam Darcy's in 5.9.
Sean Darcy. Sean Darcy. You said Sam. Sean, go. Give him the stats, Jules. Give him the load.
Sam Darcy is only in 5.9.
Sean Darcy is only in
5.9% of teams. And I reckon he's my top three
Same.
ruck selection this year with
for me,
Grundy
maybe top 4.
and Witts. Oh, Marshall's a given.
Marshall is round. Okay, besides Marshall, obviously, I think Grundy, Witts, and Sean Darcy are going to be really. And
Are you sure his name's not Sam? I know Sean. Guys, fucking calm down. Just to come.
Sean Darcy, I think I had him last year. I don't think I can.
Oh, he's good, and I really like the split from what I saw.
And I really like that Luke
the
Jackson.
game.
If Luke Jackson plays a footy game and gets a headache and doesn't play the next week, then Sean Darcy's a shoo-in for 120s every week.
Well, even then, because I really like the split, because Jackson only had 20% CBAs, and I think 20%, 80% CBAs is absolutely music to your fucking ears.
Didn't get to watch that game properly. Did Sean Darcy dominate?
He did.
He did?
He looked really good.
Did they play again?
They played against...
Adelaide.
Yes.
Adelaide, yeah. Well, yeah, so Riley O'Brien.
Yeah, he done really good against Rob.
Well, Sean Darcy is a great point of difference, and this is what we're doing this video again. So, if you could just swap a couple, even if you put 3 or 4, these are going to this is going to separate, and they're not shit scorers, they're good scorers,
He's actually a really good price. I think we chatted about him a bit maybe on the Freo podcast, that he has averaged 118 before. His price at 5.6 previous year, 2 years ago, I think, you could give it 6.3-ish about. Now he is 80k cheaper. Meek is out of the team. I reckon one of the great PODs for your ruck. Guys, come on.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. And he comes to one of my personal favourites who potentially could be in my team. If not, at the moment, he actually is in my team. Good old Darcy Parish in 5.9 teams. Like 5.9. 5.9%.
That's not enough for
someone
who in a contract year.
Like they're playing Hawthorn round 1. You can win that $1,000 right then and there. You know what I mean?
Finn McGuinness is going to be tagging one of them.
It's not going to be... George, you gave me a good stat the other day. When Merrett is tagged, he gets tagged and he averages about...
86. So I think he was tagged 3 games last year, and from those 3 games he was tagged, he averaged 86.
Which brings me to my next one, because Merrett is also in 5.3. Now, those two Essendon Bomber boys, they have got a great...
Now, I reckon the reason why Parish and Merrett are such good picks, 2 reasons, both different for each. Make it 3 reasons, one is similar. The one reason for Parish, contract year, it has historically been proving players in contract years like beefing up their stats and numbers. It's a shame that Tom Green signed his thing before that. He could have just pumped it up.
Now he's just going to relax. He just wants to play 50 possessions in the practice game. And say, yeah, you made a good bet for me, boys. I'm going to sit down and...
he's the
I'm sure he's going to do something good.
Parish contract year, 5.9% of teams strongly consider sideways trading. One of the 600k premiums to a Darcy Parish Merrett, captain. Now of Essendon. I don't know, some of you blokes maybe played footy before or in some kind of sport. When you got a captain out there, you look for him, okay?
They demand the ball.
He's always a ball accumulator. The captain runs the show out there.
And he
demands
in
football.
Those spots.
I'm expecting a big increase, not a big, say a sizable
maybe a better first half of the year because he's always...
Parish and Merrett, I reckon, are going to be both increase on their average. I'm going to put it down the hammer. Without injury, for sure, will increase their average.
And you have a look at everyone else's.
And you need one of them, I think, at that low ownership if you don't have any other pods.
Mate, why not both? Like I said, if you want to go quickly and like we've got 36 trades, people like these, get them for the next 4 games and trade out once a couple of the boys drop down. But I'm just saying, these guys run, they're going to be magnificent. And to my next one, forward line draws. We liked his game last week. Mr.
Is it a bit of fool's gold for Errol Gulden? Because statistically, last year had 10% CBAs on average.
Yes, yeah.
And in the practice game, the first one, he had 70%. Now,
it shows some signs, doesn't it?
It's one strongly to consider.
Considering he's 4.3% of teams.
4.3% of teams, Errol Gulden. Check out and watch intently when we post on our Facebook group, because we always post all the CBA Supercoach scores first live on our page on Facebook.
And he's not even that expensive. He's 472 draws.
He is. He's one of the ones you really want to see. Did they just trial him out in the midfield? Is that going to be something permanent? But if we go look at this other second game that's coming up, or probably just a play by the time this has been released, if he's gotten similar CBAs in that game against Geelong,
no.
Against Carlton? It was against Carlton.
Yeah, he said Geelong.
Then Carlton. So you watch the game with Errol Gulden versus Carlton on Friday, March 3rd. So
it'll give a good indication of where he's at.
Yeah, so look, if they could dropping him back to 20, I would say no. If they give him another 70, that's going to be incredibly hard to say no to. Jesus.
But George, I want to ask, who is making way for Gulden though? Like, you've got those rosés.
You got the awesome foursome, which if you haven't seen the memes, there's like there's a boat of there's literally a bird sitting on the window looking at us.
It's a swan.
Just squawking.
He's gone now. Keep going.
Yeah.
So Gulden against Carlton.
So there's awesome foursome.
Foursome. Yeah.
There's the Cornelio, Rosie, Taranto, Dunkley, and there's also a picture of them in the boat, and they're all smiling.
Oh, of course.
Awesome foursome. Is there any room for Gulden? Yes. He's 80k cheaper than Cornelio. Cornelio is 30 years old. 80K, I reckon he can kind of match it.
Let's face it, guys. We like a bit of diversity as well, because I've not seen a team with Sydney. Like, you kind of see a Mills here and there, but like, there's no Sydney players on the board all over. And I like to watch Sydney Swans just to watch them lose. But I think Gulden could be a good
I don't mind watching it.
I don't really, yeah. So they're all right. But no, Gulden, yeah, good pick. 4.3% of teams, good juicy price. Watch out for his role against Carlton on Friday night.
It will go a long way to determining his... if for some reason, if he scores poorly but still gets about 70% CBAs, he's definitely one to consider. But purely based on the role, he's a really good price for an underpriced premium.
There you go.
That's it.
All right, well, that's fine. Fair enough. Next one here, we're going to speak about Mr. Noah Anderson, who is pretty much the front runner right now at the gold right now, because Took's injured.
Took's not injured.
Good. So let's just see, look, if Noah Anderson is playing a practice match against the GWS on Saturday, hopefully he gets 60 possessions, because he's just as good as Tom Green, in my opinion.
Is he?
I think he's a
You rate them the same?
I think he's a pretty good player.
Well, you rated him higher than Tom Green.
Yeah, I think Noah Anderson is an awesome player. 100%. He's
a good player, no doubt, but
2.8% of teams. There's not many Gold Coast fans we know out there, and they're going to be very ballsy, or but play it like a game. You can play it like a game and think, yeah, we're gonna.
I'm playing to win.
Playing to win, yeah.
2.8%. The only reason why I don't like Noah Anderson is because out of everyone we've mentioned so far, I don't really see him being the top line of his role. So I can see him improving absolutely for sure.
So we can see Ruckman, Sean Darcy being the top role in his position. We can see Parish Merrett doing that. Gulden could definitely do that in the forward line.
Anderson, I'm not that sold on.
All right, well, maybe we'll scrap him out then. He's in 2.8 teams anyway.
I'm saying if you've got a Tom Green in your team and you think Anderson is just going to do just as well as him, if not just a bit better, or
he's a little bit more expensive, but look, Noah Anderson is there. I like him as a player. I think he's a great player, and I think he dominated in last week. So we'll see him against Saturday, where I predict he'll get 60 possessions against the GWS midfield, because that's what Tom Green did. Anyway, that's Mr. Noah Anderson. Geordie, one of your favourites that we saw in your backline, who was
I can't believe I'm only in 2.4% of other smart coaches about Jordan Ridley. You are sleeping on Jordan Ridley if you... 2.4. Guys, what's going on? Do you know something about... Does he have an injury that Because when I watched the Gold Coast game, he took over half of the kickouts. His role was a floating, rebounding, intercepting defender. What is not to like about the Ridster?
Well, first of all, the camera work on that game was pathetic.
Oh,
so
it was pretty bad.
You couldn't really see You couldn't see number 14 because it was always on that angle. It was
I just know what he looks like.
We know what he looks like. They all look the fucking same, don't they? Like no. There's one in Ridley. There's someone else. I don't know if it's Laverde or someone that I always crack it because I know I had Ridley last year and he burnt me, and that's I paid good money for him, thinking he's going to get some good scores, but he didn't. And
this is the year he is because Matty doesn't have him. He had him, and he's probably on his never again list. Is he, or you give him a chance? Or
well, that price. Well, look, anyone we say is a never on again list, but if they've got that price, that makes us think twice.
Now let's just do a bit of a comparison to Nick Dacos and Ridley, because I know a lot of people can't fit and they want to save some money in the back line. Ridley and Dacos. Ridley's got the proven potential that he can be a 600k player if he gets the kickouts, which I am 100% sure that Ridley will get more kickouts than Nick Dacos this year. Ridley's better at intercept marking, and Ridley's not prone to tagging. Dacos is. Just a couple of stats. You can obviously argue Nick Dacos is in the midfield. He's younger. He's going to improve, which I do agree on. I just think for those reasons, it's a bit 50-50, and compared to 50% ownership to 2.4, not enough for the Ridster, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. Look, again, against Gold Coast, and I would like to see a better camera angle with...
You just want to know that...
I just want to see the bird's eye wing view. I don't want to see a view that's going,
It's going to be something like the ball's coming into the thing, and Ridley takes a strong contested grab, goes back.
It's touching the ball, Dacos holding the ball, free kick, contested. It's Dacos. But anyway, that's Ridley at 2.4%. He's really holding up Geordie's back line single-handedly in that team reveal. But moving forward...
He's got a bit of help, but we won't get to that yet.
Like I said, he could potentially be up there too as far as one of the...
He can be a top six. So I like Ridley. Josh, Kelly, 2.4%. I can understand why he's not touched, but in a game where you're trying to beat everyone else at the top, he's got more reason to play midfield now.
Than anyone.
He is looking fit from all pre-season reports, and for 5'8", underpriced primo, he has proven that he can average.
We know he can average
huge numbers.
I think I'll speak for everyone else out there. When you've got, in the awesome foursome, you've got Kalingulo and you've got
Kanelia.
I like Kalingulo, and obviously now the big hype about Tom Green. I can't see picking 3 GWS.
People like Whitfield as well. But check this out. Out of the scoring potential of all those GWS blokes, Josh Kelly is by far, if he will pump out a 180 plus this year, I think.
Okay, well, it's not a big prediction, but it
is a big prediction, 180. You just think 180.
Josh Kelly. He can do it. He can do it.
Well, that's...
Yeah. He can do it.
And Josh, if you look, GWS's first 5 games, very, very, very easy on the eyes. If people got 3-4 GWS, I will not be angry because they have a really bad easy 5-week games. And Matty, we have so many trades in sideways. We've got boost. We've got this. If you're ever going to take a risk on a player like Josh Kelly, it's going to be this year.
The problem with us, I think, the problem with us as far as how, because we've been brought up to make 28 trades, 30 trades, and trades now.
20 trades.
You know what I mean? Every trade's gold. It's not as valuable as they once were, these trades, because you can afford to do these type of moves.
You can get a little bit frisky and risky.
And sometimes, maybe 1 or 2 sideways trades if you're not happy with them, because normally when you get someone, you lock them in and, we can't get rid of him because he's a premium, never sideways trades. You kind of can.
You can.
Maybe 1 or 2, a year.
You can afford to take some risks, especially with such gaping holes that were left by Taranto and Hopper leaving. New coach, new roles for Kelly. We are predicting.
Now, I think this week of footy is going to be a good week of footy for us to watch.
Most important.
I think we're going to see the proper structures. I didn't buy too much into last week's practice games. Even though they were competitive, some of the games were actually very competitive.
I think the Bulldogs intra-club match was the most competitive. It was really good.
It was pretty good to watch. But yeah, by saying that, it's going to be a good footy week, and we'll be here reporting it all on Sunday, and also giving
everything first. If you think there's a stat out that we won't be reporting first on the Facebook, you're wrong. Yeah. We're going to get it all out to you guys first, so make sure you like and follow on that Facebook page.
Well, I'm going to the Collingwood breakfast, so I'll tell you what everyone ate for breakfast that morning. So
if there's any sugar in anyone's diet,
I'll let
they're out. Last one,
Calypso roll.
1.9% of teams. This one I like a little bit more than Anderson because he's about 57k cheaper than Anderson.
He's got potential.
I like his breakout potential. You're still saving a fair bit of dosh, about 100k from regular primo. And while I don't think he can be the top 8 or top 10, I think he has good potential
to make some cash and to be sturdy.
Well, he can score you really comfortably and be a very serviceable player. Like as I said, he's increased his average every year. He has never even scored less than 81 in his debut year.
That's pretty damn good. And he's actually played Collingwood. Last couple of games, he killed Collingwood. 128, 108, 100. So he's coming off some really good, nice, juicy scores at the end. They weren't even counted towards his average. I know he used to do some tagging last year at the start of the year, and that's what brought him down. But he's a good pick.
So look, if you don't, because he played 2 finals games that didn't contribute to his average. He averaged, we got an 108 and 128, right? He's averaging about 118 in the finals last 2 games. It could be a good indication of form to come. And he's underpriced because those are not going to his average. So Sarong is a really good pick. I know there's a couple of you guys out there that have already messaged us with interest in him and asking, does he have our seal of approval? He does.
And if you're joining in and tuning in right now, guys,
I almost like him better than Tom Green. I've got to really reassess this one.
But if you're tuning in right now, make sure if you haven't or you don't know us, like and subscribe. It's yours.
Subscribe because, guys, if you're new here, we only have a couple 150 more spots because the free cash prize league is only for our first 1,000 subscribers onto YouTube. And so the guys that are already...
If you're joining in after that, it's too late, guys. Yeah. If you're 101 subscriber, 1,001 subscriber.
We'll let the 1,001.
Maybe. Imagine if that was the winner. You'll be...
I think we'll make sure there's bitter review. This is not your poker night that you crack the shits on.
Don't even get me started.
You're the guys that are already subscribed. We love you. And can't wait to see what you all got in store this week.
And just to let you know, keep it tuned for Monday, because again, we're going to be doing the preseason practice game 2 team reveals again, so you can rip me and Geordie.
So after, we're going to be our big team reveals, and hopefully we can get some good stats for you going, guys.
Yeah. So a couple more videos to tune before round 1, because round 1, it's only literally nearly a week away before the round 1 teams are named.
Getting a bit nervous about all those players that
it better be it better be a cold day, George, because I'll be sweating bricks if we have to pick a team in this room. Telling you that now.
Live team picker. All right, guys.
Have a good one. We'll speak to you soon and see you next week.
See you real soon.
We still doing this?